Hey, this is Alex with Zoho. So today I'd like to go over filtering by multiselects. So if we go into Timothy Mammoth, we're going to go and see that he is a sales and marketing guy. So let's say for each contact we have, we're going to track what departments they're in. Maybe it's just one, could just be sales, could be sales and marketing. Since this is going to be a multi-select, it could be everything if we want. So we've collected this data on them, and now we have this big old list, and we want to filter by people who are in a specific department or interested in specific department things. So the fastest and simplest thing we can do, we can go over departments here. Quick helpful hint, if you do Command F, that will highlight it in here. And we are going to say the most straightforward, intuitive thing is sales. And we're going to apply it, and we're just going to get Frank. But that's weird because we were just looking, and there was someone who was in both sales and marketing. So if we look in, and they weren't showing up. If we look in at Frank and we add marketing, he is going to disappear. When we have this is, it is going to just look for someone who is sales and nothing else. If we want to say they are sales, but it's okay if there's something else in addition to being sales, that's when we want to use contains. So there's Timothy Mammoth again, there's Frank, and there's Rachel. So let's say we want someone who isn't in marketing. Well, this one is tricky because this is just my auto-generated information, and these people don't even have the department option. So if you're saying doesn't contain, it's going to be everybody who isn't that specific thing. So in this specific use case, that's not really what I want. I'll probably want to stick with is for just the one marketing someone else. I don't know if there's any standalones left right now. Guess not. If we do contains though, generally if you want to list everyone who's interested in marketing, this is kind of going to be the workhorse here for using a multi-select. So one big problem is I cannot add multiple options here. I can't say marketing and sales and expanding my list. It's just the one. So there's lots of scenarios where we would want to encapsulate multiple things to search by. In that scenario, we are going to need to create a custom view. So let's say you're going to do departments, which is departments. And let's say we want, let's just do sales and marketing again to start. So for every condition, we're just going to hit this button, and it's going to add another condition. Then right here, this is going to define the relationship between the two. Can get into that a little bit more in a sec. So let's say we want someone who is sales and marketing. And then to make it a little bit easier, we'll add that to our view so we can see what's going on. So it looks like there is not anybody who is just making that mistake again. Still we'll have that same problem with is. What we really want is contains most of the time. So easy mistake to make. I just made it. So we want someone who contains both sales and marketing. So okay, cool. Tim, both sales and marketing. Rachel, both sales and marketing right here, and a lot of other stuff as well. Let's say we want to go back and make it a little bit more inclusive. So now they don't need to be both sales and marketing. They could be either sales or marketing. Going to be the same list, but if we go and let's say we're going to go to Tim and Tim's really only in the sales. Let's be honest, he's a sales guy. So he's just going to be registered to sales, but he'll still show up in this view. If we were to change it to that and view and save it, he's gone now because, hey, we need someone who's into both of them. So depending on our use cases, we can really play around. We said, hey, for whatever reason, I want somebody who is sales, marketing, and HR. Sure, why not? So now this is getting pretty restrictive. So it's just going to be Rachel, and she's into everything. So whatever we put on there, she'll show up. And then again, if we were to switch these to ORs, it widens the net again because they only need to be one of those multiple options. So I guess there's no one in my list who's just HR, but if they were, they would show up here. So playing around with this Boolean logic, parentheses kind of groups the units together and says which one gets processed first. So this is going to be, if we were to change this, hit edit to an and, that is going to say we want them to be either sales or marketing and HR. So it can be either one of these two, but it needs to be HR. So that is how you filter by a multi-select in Zoho CRM. Very useful tool.